Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey, oh, listen, Steve Harvey, why don't you join in? Yeah. Steve Harvey, you know, y'all better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. You come with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah, I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on now. Dig me. One and only Steve Harvey. Man, got a radio show. What God doing, y'all? Huh? What he doing? What he doing in your life? He doing something. He moving. He working. Don't lose your patience, though. See, I did that before. Don't lose your patience. Don't get so sick of waiting that you take matters into your own hands. Don't do that. Boy, you're blowing it. Listen to me. You're listening to somebody who's done it that way. I had a dream. I had a vision. I had some hope. I had some faith. I had some aspirations. But I got a little impatient waiting on it. So I tried a couple other things, move it along. Boy, I can't tell you how I messed it up. Then I messed it up then because God gave me the power of decision. What I had to do was then, after I took matters into my own hand, messed it up. Now guess what? He still got something for me, but now I got to fix all the mistakes now. I got to straighten them out. I got to suffer some consequences. I got to pay for my transgressions. All of that. It's got to go down. You can't do something wrong and not pay for it. It's you call it karma, call it whatever you want to call it. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Every action. If it just stays sunny all the time, you might think it's cool, but there's going to be a reaction to it. Ain't no dark, ain't no shade, ain't no break, ain't no rain. Going to be hard if it's just sunny all the time. Vice versa. So you need the opposite. You need the darkness so you can get your break from that sun. You need the rain so you can nourish the roots so that sun, it can soak up the sun and get the benefit of the sun. If you don't get the opposite, you got a problem, man. And it happens throughout nature. It happens throughout your life. Don't think that you can do wrong and not have to pay for that. What you think this is, man? We think, man, because we done made a decision that we think is best for us, and no matter how it affect nobody else, we got the right to make that call. No, you don't. Whoever is telling you that, whoever's misguiding you into the gang life, telling you, yeah, man, you need to be this way to be down with us. I tell you what, get yourself stuck on Chuck with that gang, see how many of them be there for you. Oh, they'll go around the corner with you and start shooting. But, okay, when it's time to do some time, and they can lessen their sentence, you going to get that time. They going to point their finger dead at you. I watch 48 Hours all the time, man. I watch Lock Up Raw all the time. All the time, man. All the time. Ain't no real cold dudes out there just holding to the mantra and sticking to it. Even the mob turns stateside evidence, go fed, all that. Now, we in the hood, we done created this ignorant mess called no snitching. With that ignorant mess, you don't even understand. No, snitching was created by criminals as a code of honor. If you do dirt and you get busted doing the dirt, don't bring my name up if I was with you. That's a code of honor amongst the thieves. Now, so many code of honor thieves that done came out of prison and ain't got no honor, they done brought that stuff back to the street. Now it's all in the neighborhood. No snitching. No snitching. You got to be crazy. That's for people who disobey the law. That's who people have made a code of honor amongst themselves as thieves. Hey, man, if you get busted, don't drag me down with you. Just do your time. Oh, man, you can't bring that stuff out here to me. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Dog, I'm trying to live right over here, man. I don't want no crack house up street from my mama's house. I'm trying to do right out here, man. You can't do wrong and expect wrong not to come to you. You got to make a decision every day to do right. That God ain't got no protection from you on dirt. You got what you got coming. You made a decision. You go down there to get some, you might get got. See, we got to, come on, I'm talking to so many men out here right now. I should have said that in the beginning, but my conversation kind of got away from me. I was going to talk to you about something else this morning. But this just on me, man, because our communities, man, is just going to the pot, man, because ain't nobody caring about nobody else. Don't nobody care when they see that young dude over there doing wrong. Look at them fools over there. Man, go over there and talk to one of them. Pull them to the side, man. You might not be able to approach the group, but you can approach an individual. Come here, young man, let me talk to you. I saw you the other day. Man, you look like you got something going on in your life. What's happening with you? Let me talk to you, man. Let me share something I learned. I was doing what you was doing. You know, it's like Tommy did a prank phone call one time as a limo driver. And the prank was, he called this limo company to ask this limo driver to take him to this location late at night. And the limo driver got a young business. He going, yeah, okay, I got you. I don't normally work like that, but how long you need it? He said for just about an hour. He said, well, I'm going to have to charge you for the full 3, though, because a 3-hour minimum. Tommy told him, no, I just need it for 1 hour. He said, okay, all right, I'll give you a break, young man. You're trying to do something. Where you want to go? He gave him the address. The man stopped writing. He said, that's a bank. He said, yeah. He said, you want to go to the bank at 12:30 at night? He said, yeah. And I'm going to be in for a few minutes. And when I come out that bank, I need for you to flow it. The dude with the limo, he stopped writing. He said, hold on, man. You want me to take you to a bank 12:30 at night? You going to be in there for a few minutes. And you going to come out and you want me to floor it. He said, sir, I don't do stuff like that. He said, you got the wrong company. He said, what made you call here? He said, hey, man, don't worry about that. You a limo company. You just drive. He stopped and took the time out. He said, young man, let me tell you something. He said, I've been down before. I've been locked up before. It ain't pretty. He said, that's what's wrong with you young people today. Instead of going to get a job, trying to work your way, you always looking for some fast money. He said, I'm going to tell you what I already know. Don't go down there messing with them people's money like that, because they love that money way more than they love you. And they're going to do something to you down there. Now, you stop this foolishness, and I'm not carrying you nowhere, but I'm going to take a little bit of time out to tell you something. Don't go down here with messing with these people's money, because it ain't going to go good. They're going to take care of their business when it comes to that money. Tommy kept insisting to this man to pick him up in the limo. It was a prank phone call. But the point I'm making is the man took out time. He could just hung the phone up. But you know what he said? He said, hold up, young man. Let me hip you to something. Because the brother had been locked up before. He said, no. See, I done that when I was young. Now, I'm going to stop and I'm going to take some moment out to tell you, I'm up here working, man, trying to earn an honest living. I ain't going back down there. Because they make you eat what they want you to eat. You don't want the food. You got to get up when they say get up. You got to stay where they say stay. Live with who they say live. He said, man, you don't want that. And he just tried to talk the young man out of it. You can change a young man's mind with a conversation. A conversation can change a young man's mind. Most of these young men that are misguided ain't having conversations with real men. They just not having them. And it's up to us who know what manhood is to start delivering the message. The problem that we have in our communities, we can solve ourselves. It done escalated to a point because we who are men won't stop on our corporate climb and our day-to-day making money and trying to ball out. We won't stop and grab some of these young soldiers and tell them the truth about manhood. That's the real deal, okay? Sorry I went there. I don't know where that came from.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me have your attention, please. This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show, the greatest morning show on planet Earth, bar none. We have the facts to prove it. First off, we said it. You know, just like they said, we said, who you want to believe? Now, I think it's us. Everybody else is lied. I heard one morning show say they the funniest morning show. That's a damn lie.
For sure.
That's not true.
Who you run that by?
What you're not fitting to do is sit up here and tell me that your morning show is funnier than this show, because it's not. That's not true.
Facts.
No, we have four stand-up comedians on this show.
With no radio degree.
Now, somebody went and hired 5 or 6 of them to go fill in to make, but that ain't work. We in here every day. Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Steve.
Not finna do this with them. Carla, for real.
I know that's right. Hey, Steve, what's up, crew?
Junior?
Morning, Unc. Who they run that by?
Certainly not the people in the know. Nephew Tommy.
Yes, sir. In the building. They need to get their facts straight. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. Man, back from Cancun. Had a great trip. Want to thank everybody, man. What a great crowd, man. What a great crowd. I just can't say it enough, man. Marjorie and I was sitting there going, wow. These people were so cool to hang out with. I mean, it was just amazing, man. So I want to say thank y'all again.
Loyal fans, man. Loyal listeners, man.
They were wonderful.
Great people, man.
And the staff, the entire Cancun resort staff was amazing. Some of the nicest people I've ever met. Really nice people.
Cool.
How was the food, y'all?
Oh, man.
Off
Food
the
was
chain?
good, yeah.
You know what, Tommy? I was really pleasantly surprised at it
I'm a
because,
foodie. That's my first question.
Tommy, I ate at a buffet.
Man, you don't even do that.
You don't never eat at buffets.
Yeah, you don't do nothing like
Dog,
that.
I ate at a buffet 6 times.
Oh, that food was good.
Oh, man.
It was real good.
Man,
And margaritas.
that lamb shank they had over there, I just got that lamb 3 times. That lamb shank? Oh, man.
Delicious.
Oh.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You play some golf, big dog?
Yeah, man. Shot a 88 yesterday. Had 4 lip outs. So it could have been better, but I was
Could have been better
extremely
than that.
happy with an 88. Trust me, extremely happy. Extremely happy.
It's supposed to be 88. 80s, period.
Yeah, for me. My best, I shot an 81 one time. But I parred 7 holes in a row. I don't know who he
I
was.
started school. I started high school in 81. That's the only 80 I done had in mine.
All right, guys. Coming up at 32 after the hour, we're going to do some Ask Steve, and we'll talk about that right after this.
My favorite.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time now to Ask Steve. And Steve, as always, please keep your answers short so we can get more questions in.
Ain't nobody got
Thank you so very much.
I do the answers I want to do.
Why does that make you so angry?
Because maybe some of these answers ain't fitting to be short.
Hey, who are you yelling at? Hey.
That's the
All right,
answer
here
I
we go.
wanna do.
Here's my first question. What's your I got a bad feeling suddenly in bailed story?
That night they was robbing
on, give us a
Silverman's
go.
department store.
Excuse me, one
And
more
they asked
time.
me to
please.
drive.
You were going to drive a getaway car?
Yep.
Did
They
you just
asked
say
me.
that?
He said it.
On the air.
What's the name of the
said
store
that.
again?
Yeah, I ain't go though. I bailed.
Well,
Thank
thank
Sure.
you.
So glad I did. Cause all hell broke loose down there that night.
Oh,
They got caught.
they got caught then.
Yeah, I know good and hell they got caught because I'd have left them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, note to self, we can't ask him that anymore.
Tommy, you got a question for Uncle
Let me get
Steve?
one. This not me. This not me. I just want you to help a friend of mine, okay?
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Okay.
You in a hotel with a woman. Your wife is outside in the parking lot because she see your car.
Right.
What do you do?
Dive out the window when she go in the building and drive off in that car and say my car was never there.
Yeah. But dive
You
out the
got
window.
to get your ass out that window.
Ah,
There's no other option.
do you matter what floor you on up?
I don't give a damn. Well, if it's higher than 8, you got to stay in there and try something else. But anything 7 on down, you got to get your ass out that window.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Junior.
Go tell your friend.
All right, we just got back from Cancun. We just got back from Cancun. What was the one thing that somebody down in Cancun that got on your last nerve?
This dude with this notebook. Now, dog,
What notebook?
how you done bought a notebook, a spiral notebook? You know, you know the little
They still
wild
make
spiral
spirals?
notebooks
Yes, they do.
that you had in school?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
He done bought that to Cancun to give to
Okay.
me because the Lord told him I was
Put it on
going to
his heart.
sign it and then keep it.
Oh.
That's what the Lord told him. So when
Why
I
would you
told him
sign
that
it and
I
keep
couldn't,
it?
so it was some type of script of some type. So I said, bruh, I can't accept a script like that coming from a person. You have to send it through proper channels because if an idea turns up like that, you can't say Steve Harvey gave it to Steve Harvey.
yeah.
So I can't
he
accept
stole
it.
my idea.
The Lord told me you'd accept this.
Wow.
I said, well, listen, bro. Once again, let me tell you the procedure. So I done explained this to him about 5 times. I said, look, my man, what part of this you not understanding? So finally, he said it to me for the 6th time. He said, and the Lord told me that I said, listen, man, the problem you having right now is the Lord didn't tell it to me. This is where we
This
at
what
right
it-
now.
He
And I
talked to
talk
you,
with him
but didn't-
every morning. He never mentioned you. So now, dog, I'm not telling you. Boy, that dude talked to me. The hell you mean? I said, hold up, man. Who you talk? It just went crazy. That was the thing I hated the most. He bought this spiral ring notebook all the way to Cancun for me to sign and then accept.
Wow.
So that I know you got it. So you got to sign it. Man, please.
All right.
So
Carla.
what you end up doing?
I walked off.
Okay.
I ain't signed. I ain't doing nothing with you, dog.
Steve, you're forever walking away. Just walking off. What's your question, Carla?
Steve, what are some things that are easier said than done?
I ain't going over her house no more. I don't want to see you no more.
Okay.
This the last time I'm cheating.
Oh.
I'm
That's-
gonna quit cussing. Oh,
I'm gonna quit cheating though.
yeah.
It's the
Well,
last
thank
time.
God.
Easier
I ain't
said than
smoking no
done.
more cigars.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay. Okay.
And I ain't telling no more lies.
You're just laugh at that.
That's
All
God.
those are easier
She said
said
and
than
done.
done. You
Yeah.
can pick one that
Yes.
applies to you, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Steve, I have a question for you. Here you
Last
go.
one. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
welcome
Been
to my
there.
world. Ooh,
Been
Lord.
there. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so Steve, what are some small yet distinguishable changes that a man can make, he can do to himself to make himself more attractive? Now,
Cut that damn hair out your ear.
ooh.
Men should not have ear hair. Take those little things that you buy. Wall makes some little things. Cut your nose hair out.
Okay.
Gray hair coming out your nose is not attractive. Cut that off.
Yeah.
Let somebody just clip the ends on your eyebrows so you don't look like Professor Fink.
Professor Fink.
Hey, man, get a manicure once a month, every 6 weeks, something. But,
Okay,
dog,
all
try that.
So good
And
grooming.
for the love of God, man, just put a lining on your head or your beard. Just line it. It'll look neater. Just line it.
Okay.
Those are little things that a man can do that don't cost no damn money.
Okay. All right. Those are good. All right. Thank you, Steve. That concludes our segment, Ask Steve, Steve's favorite segment. Coming up next, the nephew in the building with Run That Prank Back. Coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, Billy Porter, the star of Pose, has been casted as Cinderella's fairy godmother, and Mariah said she and Nick Cannon will not remarry. We'll talk about that at the top of the hour. But right now, I didn't know that was even up for discussion. But right now, yeah, it's time for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff? You know, Junior filled in for you yesterday.
Boogie is snitching.
You sounded just like that.
Just like I did, just like that. Boy, I'm so glad you back.
Boogie snitching. There it is. As long as you got my back with it, that's all I want. Boogie snitching. Let's go.
Hello.
May I speak to Boogie?
Yeah, this Boogie.
Hey, Boogie, this KB. Let me ask you something, man. How you get out of jail before Marcus got out of jail? How y'all go to jail at the same time, but you get out a month before him and he's still in there?
Hold on. Who is this?
This KB, this Marcus' brother. Tell me how you get out of jail, but Marcus still in there and you been out over a month now. They say you.
Hold on.
No, they say you snitching, Boogie.
Snitching.
That's what's going on. You up in there snitching.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You slow it down. Slow it down a little bit, man. Hold up. You know what? I really don't need to be having this conversation with you, but you coming at me like this. It's called bail.
How you out on bail, but Marcus still in there? Tell me that, Boogie.
Man, how you gonna call me with? You know what? I ain't finna trip with you, but you now this. Hold on. Let me pull those right now.
All I know is they the one saying you the one that snitched on my brother, and that's why he's still in there and you out.
I don't know where you getting this from, but I'm gonna tell you what. I had to go to work. I need to get the out of there. But you ain't hear me. I went to jail too.
Boogie, you gonna mess around and get your ass whooped for snitching, man, because that's what you been out there doing.
Man, what the is you talking about?
You been out there snitching. That's why you out, and my brother Marcus is still in there.
You know what? It's called bail. That's what it's called. It's called bail. I had to go to work. I don't know what you tripping on.
All I'm tripping on is that the fact that you out and my brother ain't out. He's still in there. Dog, I'm going to tell you something. I'm looking for you, Boogie. You hear me? I'm looking for you, man.
But you know where I'm at. You know where. You know what? Since you run around here like a little like he is, let me tell you what happened. All I want to do was go get me a beer. I jump in the car, and then I was getting your mama some cigarettes. So how you coming at me like that?
Okay.
I jump in the car with him, and them start blaze up one. I told him, nah, dog, put that out. We just going around the corner. But now, he start putting it out in the car. He throw the out the window, and now we get pulled over. Hell yeah, I jumped out the car, told the law. I don't got to do with this.
Who was smoking, you or Marcus?
I don't even smoke, dog. I had to go to work. I can't deal with that. I told them dudes to put it out. Damn it, laws pulled over. They searched the damn car. How the hell you gonna be riding like that and laws pull you over? They pop open the trunk. You got a big ass speaker box back there with no damn wires on. How the hell you figure I'm a snitch? It don't take no damn rocket scientist to know you got some back there. Hell yeah, I got out there. Man, them had me in there drinking water out of toilet. Man, don't come at me like that. You want to come in, you know exactly where I'm at.
So just because they got you up in there drinking water out of the toilet, you going to come up and start snitching on everybody.
You know what? I had to go to work. Hell, I used all my damn money trying to get out there on some.
All this can't be about you got to go to work. That can't be, but you got to have some heart somewhere, dog.
Coming at me like that, I was just going to the store.
Can I say something to you, man? I want to look.
You know what? You can't say. Let me tell you. Let me shoot you something. Since you gonna be the middleman, let me shoot you a thing or two. Tell your brother, just don't drop the soap.
No, he ain't gonna drop the soap. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure my brother. No. Listen to me.
No.
I'm gonna tell you, dog, and I'm gonna tell you this.
What you got to tell me? What you got to tell me?
I'm gonna tell your boss everything about you, and then you're gonna lose your little damn job.
Oh no, it can't be. You can. No, you know what?
What you stuttering for? What you stuttering for?
I can't believe you calling me with no like this. Just lose my number. Don't call me no more behind this.
Let me say something to you right now, Boogie.
What you got to say?
This Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, you just got pranked.
Oh man,
Boogie, you
didn't do me like that, dog. You know this ain't nothing to play with. This ain't nothing really to play with.
All right, Boogie, man. I'm sorry, dog. You okay, Boogie?
Dog, no, I am, dog. You know what? I listen to you, man. You ain't supposed to do no bro like that, dog. We supposed to be real. You don't do me like that, man. I put this dude on blast.
Hey, man, look here. Your boy, Shannon, he said he your best friend. Shannon is the one that put me up to this, dog.
Man, you know what?
Is that your boy? Is that your best friend, Shannon?
Man, why y'all do me like this? Yeah, I'm gonna take care of Shannon. I got him. Man, y'all, I just know.
Hey, let me ask you this. What is the baddest radio show in the land?
Oh, man, the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Did I get you?
Man, you know what? You got me.
That's all
man,
I
you know what? On top of it, you got a whole bunch of people. That's why I know.
But now you one of them. Boogie snitching. There it is. Got to put it down. Boogie snitching.
Oh, I thought that was Junior. That's you, Tommy? That's your nephew?
Hey, that's TM over here, baby.
That's
TM
him.
over here.
That's really him.
All right. Thank you. Sweetest Day Comedy, baby. It's coming. It's 2 shows. It's October 18th and 19th. That's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Chicago, Illinois at the Erie Crown Theater. Tickets are on sale right now. That's Corey Holcomb. That's Lavelle Crawford. That's DC Young Fly. Tony Roberts. Country Wayne. All hosted by Nephew Tommy. Good God Almighty, that's a lot of people. 18th and 19th, Erie Crown, Chicago, Illinois. The nephew is in town. In the Shy. I'm in the Shy.
Is it 2 nights, Tommy?
2 nights, sir. Friday night and Saturday night at the Erie Crown. Laying in the cut, Columbia, South Carolina, the following week at the Comedy House. The nephew coming to town. I'm on a run. And then after that run, nephew got to take a break. We finally gonna do it. It's time to get the rotator cuff fixed. It's time. Surgery is by time.
Man, your ass is breaking down.
Yeah, what was you doing?
I am.
You got to take some time off to get a rotator cuff.
At your
well,
age.
you ain't no ball player.
I got to get it.
What did you throw?
I don't know what I did.
God.
Hey, man,
it's
been.
I'm
sorry.
That's been a while, though.
See?
What?
See? Right there. He know this will start a fight if he say this.
All right. We got to go.
He knows it.
But we got to go, though. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Sony's upcoming live-action rendition of Cinderella just got a lot more fabulous, guys. Actor Billy Porter confirmed at last weekend's New Yorker Festival that he is set to star alongside Camila Cabello in the iconic role of Cinderella's fairy godmother. He stars in Pose, of course, Billy Porter does. He shared his excitement via the New Yorker's Instagram stories, where the news first broke. The news of Billy's casting comes after what was a triumphant start to award show season for the actor. Most recently at this year's Emmy Awards, he became the first openly gay black man to win an Emmy for lead actor in a drama for his work on Pose. Wow. So he's just doing big things. Yeah.
That's first.
Awesome.
The first
openly gay black man to win an Emmy for lead
That's
actor in a
surprising.
drama.
I would have thought that had happened already.
Yeah.
Wow.
So congratulations again. And
doing
now he's
big
going to
things,
star as
big
Cinderella's godmother, fairy godmother. So, wow. Yeah.
He fit.
Huh?
Yeah,
He's
Keep
so
going.
talented. Billy Porter is so talented.
He is.
Yeah, he's very,
He's
very
a bad boy
talented.
now.
Yeah, he is. He can sing. He can do it all. All right. And in other
Say
entertainment.
Malik.
Huh? What were you going to say?
My bad. Go ahead.
Take that
I was finna tell Malik Yoba something, but go ahead. We'll pass on.
In other entertainment news, guys, fans were the ones who were hoping to see Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon remarry one day shouldn't hold their breath. Last month, Nick revealed on his T.I.'s podcast that Mariah was his dream girl and said he probably wouldn't get married again, but noted, if I had to, I already know what that's like. I would go back home first before I had to do it again. Suggested he'd want to remarry Mariah. But apparently Mariah doesn't actually feel the same way. When TMZ cameras caught up with her and asked her about Nick's comments, she replied, remarry? This is him making this up. He's being silly. When asked whether she likes being single, Mariah noted, what is he, my last hope? Wow.
Ooh,
I don't do leftovers.
stinging him. Ooh, that'll make you come out your turban right there, won't it?
Maybe she was just doing
Wildin',
something to get
wildin'.
people talking. Yeah, really, for real. Wow.
Dang.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
So that's a no.
yeah,
That would
I
be
would
a
think
no.
so.
That would be a no.
And they seem great at co-parenting, so maybe she just wants to leave it right where it is.
No, I didn't get that from that statement, Shirley. I've got that she don't want to marry Nick.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Leave it right there where it is, just as co-parents, period.
So
Hey,
what
it is
I'll
what it
do
is.
is, as far as making a comment about this, and I want this to stick, I will say that I won't have any comment to Nick Cannon, but even though he doesn't extend me the same courtesy, brother.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Is there something we don't
Somebody need to know? Somebody need to know?
You know,
Wildin'.
Somebody need to fix?
ride down there, Doc.
Do we need to wild out? What we need to do? What?
He said
Talk
that's
to
his only comment, but Steve, you can't leave us hanging like that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Why you looking over there?
I guess. His show, huh?
All right.
What's
All right, I guess. What do you always say, Tommy?
What my grandmama say, ain't nobody told me none of this. When this happened?
All right,
Like
well,
my
Steve,
grandma said, I'll say.
is. All right, Steve, time for today's headlines, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. In Texas, a now former Fort Worth cop who fatally shot a black pre-med college student in her own home has been charged with murder. Authorities say that Aaron Dean, who was white, abruptly resigned just before he was about to be fired anyway. Officials say that early this past Saturday morning, Dean was responding to a non-emergency call, okay, made by a neighbor to check up on a person who might need help in the house. But instead of knocking on the door, they say Officer Dean and his partner walk around the outside of the house, guns drawn, and that when a woman appears in the window, instead of identifying themselves as police officers, Dean shouts, "Put your hands up, show me your hands," and shoots her. Again, without ever identifying themselves as police. Tatiana Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew, who might have also been shot. And Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price expressed her outrage and shock.
As a mother, a grandmother, a sister, an aunt, I can't imagine anything worse, and I'm so sorry. On behalf of the entire city of Fort Worth, I'm sorry. To Atiana's family, it's unacceptable. There is nothing that could justify what happened on Saturday morning. Nothing.
Meanwhile, a white, now former cop in Georgia has been found not guilty of manslaughter after fatally shooting an unarmed black man 8 times. The jury did find Zachariah Presley guilty of violation of his oath of office in the death of 33-year-old Tony Green. The ex-officer Presley faces only 1 to 5 years in prison. The victim's family very upset. They're suing. President Trump imposing some sanctions on Turkey over its recent aerial and ground attacks on northern Syria. The U.S. Congress thinking about passing some sanctions of their own when they return from recess this week. The critics from both sides of the aisle said that the president pulling the last 1,000 American troops out of the area is a move that'll revitalize ISIS, the Taliban, and even al-Qaeda, and quickly. So now the White House is saying that they might leave 1,000 in another area of the Middle East just in case. Aid groups say dozens of civilians have already died and more than 100,000 people have been displaced in what has been less than a week. Meanwhile, the Kurds who fought with the U.S. and now feeling abandoned to be murdered have aligned themselves with Syrian forces. In North Carolina, 3 women under arrest accused of running a fight club for the dementia patients that were in their care at a nursing home in Winston-Salem. They allegedly filmed one fight between 2 women, 170, 173. All 3 women have been fired and slapped with charges. The stage is set for tonight's Democratic candidates debate. They'll be a little more crowded. Last time 10 hopefuls made it. Tonight there will be 12. And finally today is National I Love Lucy Day. Da-da-da-da-da. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The Democratic presidential primary debate is tonight at Otterbein University in Westerville. That is a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. Senator Bernie Sanders will take the stage just 2 weeks to the day after he suffered a heart attack while campaigning in Nevada. Tonight's debate will be moderated by CNN anchors Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett and New York Times national editor Mark Lacey. Tonight on stage, former Vice President Joe Biden, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, Mayor Pete Buttigieg of South Bend, Indiana, former Housing Secretary Julian Castro, California Senator Kamala Harris, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, entrepreneur Andrew Yang, and billionaire activist Tom Steyer.
Let's get all these damn people off here.
Why you just didn't say everybody, Shirley?
Man, I'm sick of this, man. We
it's
playing
bigger
this
than a
game.
basketball team.
Who can beat Trump? And let's get on with it. Better Rock, he out. The other dude out. Amy, she gone.
It's anything. Come on.
Corey, 4% in the polls.
Yes.
I'm just being realistic. Let's take race out of this for a second. Cory Booker is polling at 4%. Kamala Harris is polling at 4%. The rest of them is at 2%. 2%.
Man. Yes.
So who you
now,
think they
it's
should drop?
Biden and it's Elizabeth Warren that's got 22%. Everybody else got 2s and 4s. Now let's quit playing this game now. This is serious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're absolutely right, Steve. It is serious.
Everybody.
It's too
many. And the Green Bay Packers
run through that list
again.
And Tommy, and listen to me, man. And the Republicans are playing on that.
Yeah,
and they're trying to damage Biden because they know Biden is the one that can hurt him.
Exactly. And even Donald Trump knows that.
He knows that.
All right, so
he
Joe
know
Biden.
He know that Joe Biden would talk back crazy to him at the debates.
Although he hasn't been really talking crazy.
The clapback will be real.
Yeah, he can lace him. He can really lace him.
Yes.
He hasn't really been doing that, though. But
Yeah,
Joe Biden.
He started,
course,
Shirley.
yeah, he started just most recently. Yeah, I want him to do more, though. Senator Cory Booker, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, the Housing Secretary Julian Castro, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Yang, and Tom Steyer. That's
all
it.
of Denver.
The debate is 8 o'clock Eastern on CNN. Coming up at 34
Like
after.
basketball team, don't know.
This is a really serious story right here, guys. Man, oh man, here we go again. Coming up at 34 after, a white Fort Worth cop has resigned after shooting a black woman in her house while playing video games with her nephew. We're going to talk about this story right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Steve, sad to say, here we go again. Minutes before she was shot and killed by a Fort Worth, Texas police officer, Atiana Kay Jefferson is her name, was playing video games in her bedroom now with her 8-year-old nephew. A neighbor had called the police after seeing Miss Jefferson's front and side doors open, and a call the neighbor said he regretted making, okay? The 2 responding officers quietly kept around outside the dark house where Miss Jefferson lived with her mother. After unlatching a fence door and walking into the backyard, a white male officer saw Miss Jefferson, who is black, through her bedroom window. He shouted for her to put her hands up and immediately fired a single shot through the glass, according to body camera footage released by the department. The officers did not identify themselves as police in the video. Miss Jefferson's nephew was still in the bedroom when she was killed, the police said. Atiana, who went by Tay, graduated back in 2014 from Xavier University of Louisiana with a degree in biology. She was working from home selling pharmaceutical equipment as she studied to apply to medical school. Officer Aaron Dean has resigned. Dean, who joined the Fort Worth Police Department in April of last year, still faces criminal charges as well as possible civil rights violations.
This is a scared-ass police officer. That's what this is. You scary, and you shouldn't have this kind of job. You just firing off.
The problem we have is that, and it's usually black males that get shot. Black women get shot. That it speaks exactly to what Tommy is saying. You are a coward who has a uniform, a badge, and a gun. Your police training has failed. You did not identify yourself as a police officer. You did not give a person a chance to show you their hands. You just shot and killed an innocent woman. Amber Geiger was in Dallas, and now this police officer in Fort Worth. But now listen to this. This is the 9th police officer shooting in Fort Worth this year, and 7 of them have been fatal.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The 9th one this year. So the Fort Worth Police Department is just shooting people.
That's what it sounds like to me.
It makes me sick.
And we got to wait on the jury. We still don't know what's going to happen. We still got to wait.
And it'll probably be a year from now, the police officer has been arrested.
That's well, the police officer resigned first, but then they went over there and arrested him. But the family called for that. The family was on TV saying, he killed an innocent person. Someone should be arrested. We know who it is.
In her home?
We ain't guessing.
And
this is the second one. Hold up, man. People go to schools and get killed at their school. You go to the movies and get killed. You go to church and get killed. You get pulled over by the police, you can get killed. Now you can get killed in your house.
In your own home. Just playing video games.
With your nephew.
And what is this with the police not identifying themselves now? What is that about?
I don't get that part.
Basic police training 101.
Absolutely.
So it lets a person know when you identify yourself as a police officer, whoever you are, even if you're a perpetrator of a crime, it causes you to pause because you know, okay, there's an authoritative figure outside and he has weapons.
Yeah.
So that gives you a chance to give up. I'm busted.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you don't make hey, I'm a police officer, this lady just playing video games. Show me your hands. She probably turned around with one of that joystick or something in her hand. Pow.
And the trauma that her 8-year-old nephew has to deal with
and
now.
He was the one that told the family that the police officer killed her. 8-year-old.
Jesus.
Well, if you're outraged, about this story, as we are, please post your comments at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram or Facebook. Coming up next, we're going to switch gears here. The nephew is in with today's prank phone call.
I don't want to do nothing.
That's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, she needs to get her kids, okay? She needs to get her kids is the subject of my Strawberry Letter for today. But right now, the nephew in the building with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Shirley, this right here, because, you know, it is that time. It is NBA time. The boys are back hooping. This is NBA Party. NBA Party. Let's go, Cat.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Brad.
Speaking. Hey, Brad, how you doing? This Poncho, man. I'm one of Marcus's boys. How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I talked to Marcus, man. He was telling me about, the playoff party, man, for Sunday, man. So he told me if it was cool, I would come through, man. I just wanted to call and holler at you, see if I need to bring anything, food or some drinks or whatever, You
friends with Marcus?
Yeah. This is Poncho, man. I'm friends with Marcus.
Okay, yeah. I think it's cool. Yeah. No, you don't need to bring nothing unless, of course, you drinking something special. But yeah, it's just gonna be me, Marcus, and a couple other boys gonna be here, and whatever you want to bring, it's BYOB. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay. What time y'all starting, man? He told me like around 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna be here all day, but come on through about 1, 2 o'clock. Just before the game gets started. We'll have got the flat screen going. Everything's gonna be laid out. So yeah, just come on through whenever you come through.
All right, just remember, man, Poncho. All right, I'll be there.
All right, so got it.
All right, cool.
All right, peace. Hello.
Hey, Brad.
Yo.
Hey, Poncho again, man. Listen, real quick. How much food and liquor do you have?
I think we got enough for Sunday. What you got going on? What's up?
Yeah. I got like 3 boys gonna ride with me, man. I just want to make sure you got enough over there.
Okay, who is this again?
This Poncho. We talked about 30 minutes ago. This Poncho. Marcus' friend.
Right. Okay.
Right. Man, I remember I called you about 30 minutes ago. Told you Marcus told me it was cool.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Phone been ringing back and forth. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's all right, but we ain't trying to overload the joint, man. Just I know Marcus, and if you're a friend of his, then that's cool. You can come through.
Yeah, it ain't but 3 guys, man. It ain't but 3 guys coming with me, man. They real cool, man. We'll bring something to put on your pit or whatever. It'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. But yeah. Come on through, man.
All right. I talk to you. All right, Brett.
Wait, is one of them Marcus?
Is one of the guys Marcus?
Yeah.
No. I got it's 3 guys. Me, I make 4.
So about 3 other guys. Yeah, whatever, man. That's cool. Yeah, bring them through, man. Come on. That's fine.
All right. Later.
Hello.
Hey, Brad, Poncho again, man. Listen, hey, I'm gonna bring one more. I'm gonna bring one more person with me, dog.
Hold. Pump your brakes, player. Wait, hold up. Hold the up. Now,
what's up?
You Marcus's friend.
Yeah. Me and I'm Poncho.
Yeah, okay. I know you Poncho, man, but you bringing everybody but the Cisco kid up, and Marcus is cool with me. That's my boy. We go way back. And if you cool with him too, then okay, you can come. I'm trying to have an NBA playoff game. You bringing the whole NBA with you.
No. It ain't like that, man.
But, man, I mean, the place ain't that big. My wife is going to be coming through here, and, I got the house laid out. I told her I wasn't going to destroy the place. I just got out the doghouse like 2 weeks ago. I ain't trying to that up. So if you coming through, you come through, bring 1 or 2 people with you, but that's it.
Okay, all right, but listen, here's what I decided, man. I ain't gonna bring them dudes with me. I'm just gonna bring a little lady friend with me, man. If that's that cool, I'm just gonna bring a little lady friend.
No dudes. Okay, that's cool. Now you're talking. Okay, because I know she ain't gonna eat up a bunch of so come on through here with her and be done with it. That's fine.
Right. I'm gonna call Simone now and tell her that she coming with me. Okay.
What's her name?
Her name's Simone.
That's funny. That's my wife's name.
Oh, okay. But maybe they'll hook up while we watching the game. That'll be cool.
She ain't gonna be here. So I'll send her and her girls with their nails done.
Okay. So check this out, man. I'm gonna reach out to Simone and let her know that we're gonna leave her and get over there like about 1. And you say it's cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool, man. That's a whole lot better than bringing a bunch of up in here, but.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah. Now check this, man. Mine, my friend, she married, and she wanted to get away from her husband for a minute, man. I guess they've been going through, so. Just keep that on.
Hold on, wait. Back up there. Back up. You bring in a married woman named Simone. What are the odds of that? My wife's name is Simone.
Okay, well, dog, I mean, this one, Simone is, her last name is.
That's my last name.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, dog. This Simone is light skinned.
Yeah, you keep on describing her. She's light skinned, 5'1". Short hair, got the alley cut.
Yeah, that's. Oh,
how long you been with my wife?
Hey, dog, me and Simone been friends for a minute, man. It wasn't until like a couple weeks ago she reached out to me and said she was going through some.
she reached out to you to tell you that she's going through some stuff with her dude. Well, I'm that dude.
Okay.
How long you been seeing my wife?
Hey, man, about a year, but who counting? You know what I'm saying?
A year. That's about the time we started having some issues. Yeah. Y'all come on over to this party.
Hey, man, I'm sure we can try to figure this kind of situation out.
No. Pump your brakes. You my wife. I don't give a about you. I don't give a about her either. And here you are. They say, you know what? I've always believed this. There are no mistakes up in this. Everything happens the way it's supposed to be. So it's funny how you call me.
Okay. Listen, man. Listen.
How do you get this number?
My boy gave me.
No. There's no question how you get this number. You probably called it directly from her. That's how you got this number.
My boy gave me this. Dog, leave Simone out of this, man.
No, you can't tell me right now. You know, I'm about to get up this phone with you right now. I'm gonna call her. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna call her at all. Don't tell her you my wife. Just bring her to the party. I got a guest list for your. I got a 380. I got a Smith. I got a Wesson. I got a size 14 Timberland to go right up your. So you just come on over to this party.
Okay. Hey man. Listen. My boy gave me your number, man. So
I don't know who my boy is. Marcus said he don't know you.
Marcus don't know me, but guess who else knows me though that you don't know?
Well, say something.
Hey, Brad, this is Nephew Tommy, man, from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your boy Marcus got me to prank phone call you.
What? I don't give a. This is some. I'm gonna get all y'all in here.
Hey, Brad, what was you gonna do with the party, man?
Look at here, man. It was about to be a can of whoop for this.
Hey, man, let me ask you something. What's the baddest radio show in the land?
It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
NBA party? Classic? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Irrelevant statement coming up.
Okay.
Wait, what, Junior? What is it?
Irrelevant statement coming up.
I love that.
Sweetest Day Comedy Jam, y'all. Sweetest Day Comedy Jam. We got two shows, October 18th and 19th. It is in Chicago, Illinois, Chi-Town. 18th and 19th, that's this Friday and Saturday at the Airy Crown. And it is loaded. DC Young Fly, Lavelle Crawford, Corey Holcomb, Tony Roberts, Country Wayne, and hosted by yours truly, the one and only Nephew Tommy. That's this Friday, 18th and 19th, Friday and Saturday.
Hey, Tommy, give me the lineup one more time.
You got DC Young Fly. You know he was 85 South. Mm-hmm. All right. You got Lavelle Crawford. You got Corey Holcomb. You have Tony Roberts. And you have Country Wayne.
It's a great show.
And Nephew Tommy. Yeah.
Wow, man, that is loaded.
Yeah,
it's loaded, boss. It's loaded.
Y'all be out of there by sunrise.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who's going to follow Tony Roberts.
Man, let me tell you something. Tony Roberts is a beast, man.
You ain't got
Tony Roberts is a beast, man.
Tommy.
He is a beast.
Tommy, he was at saying his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He is a beast, man.
JJ.
He is a beast. Yeah, JJ funny as hell, dog. Tell him, Junior.
Yeah,
JJ funny as all get out. From the SIP. Not the little boy you be talking. Not that little kid.
Oh, no, I don't know.
The little kid grown now. But not
All right, Nephew, thank you. Coming up next, it's the Strawberry Letter subject. She needs to get her kids. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Let's go.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, Nephew. Subject, she needs to get her kids. Dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 50-year-old with 3 children, and I've been married for 14 years. All of the children are grown and are on their own. So my husband and I have the house to ourselves. I love my alone time with my husband, but his sister is causing some big problems in our marriage. His sister gets on my last nerve. She is an unstable mother, and she drops her kids off at my house with no warning. I am tired of dealing with her kids. One day recently, I was walking into my living room and I saw her letting her kids out of the car and she drove off. My husband was at work, so I ended up keeping the kids, which meant feeding them. I called my mother-in-law and told her to come get the kids. My mother-in-law is sick of the kids too. There have been many times when she has asked me to keep the kids for a few hours, then will return at 3 a.m. to pick them up. She just sits in the driveway and blows her horn or shines her light on bright through my front windows. She also has my husband doing crazy stuff, like changing her locks at night because she broke up with a boyfriend and didn't want him to be able to get into her house. Steve and Shirley, she is 38 years old, and the family keeps enabling her. I am not going to keep this up, and I told my husband that enough is enough. I am at war with my husband over her because it's his only sister. I hope and pray I'm not being unreasonable by telling him to choose between me and his sister. I got so angry over his sister and her kids that I told my husband to go move in with her. I am not a daycare, and I want to set boundaries with this woman. How should I handle this? Well, you're off to a good start with setting boundaries with her, with letting her know that you're not a daycare, with getting angry with your husband. You're right about the family enabling her. She's been allowed to do this for so long, she thinks that it's okay to do this. And you're so right. I mean, everything you're saying, your sister-in-law is dead wrong. And because of it, her children are they're suffering because of this, going from house to house, your house to the grandmother's house, and no telling who else, that she does this to, just dropping them off at random houses with random people. This is ridiculous. I mean, she's rude, she's entitled, she needs to be checked. So you're definitely on the right path. You need to learn to say no. That's what happens when you set boundaries. You got to tell her no, all right? Even if she does drop the kids off, get right back in your car and, follow her or drop them off at her house, whatever. But you don't want this responsibility, and it's not the kids' fault. I'm sure, I feel so sorry for these children and badly for the kids because if she is unstable like you say she is, and she sounds like it, that they have to, have a mother like this. This is terrible. But again, you're going to have to learn how to say no and mean it. And one other thing, your husband is going to have to get on board and support you, not her. You are his wife. She's not his wife. Those are not his kids. They're your relatives, but she needs to deal with her own responsibilities. Steve?
I was trying to find the humor in this letter, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Cause I know trifling ass people.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been married to your man 14 years. Y'all got 3 children, and all the children are grown, so they out on their own. Y'all got the house to yourself, so you thought you love your alone time with your husband, but you ain't got it no more. But his damn sister, 38 years old, unstable mother. She dropped. Now, you didn't say how many kids. Did she say how many kids?
She just says kids, but the woman writing the letter has 3 children of her own.
So we know at least 2 of these kids is getting dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
She drops her kids off at my house with no warning, no.
Mm-mm.
I'm tired of dealing with her kids. Well, you're really tired of dealing with the kids like this way. One day recently you walked into your living room and you saw her letting her kids out the car and she drove off. Your husband at work, here these damn kids come. Now I feel sorry for the kids, like Shirley say, because they got to walk up on the porch and they know this heifer supposed to at least knock on the door, tell them we coming. But them kids got to go in the house. They don't know what else to do. I don't know what to tell you, man. There is no humor in this letter, so let me just quit trying to look for it. This thing that got on your last nerve, and I ain't mad at you. So your husband was at work. She drops him off. You ended up keeping the kids. Now you got to feed them because you're a decent person. Then you called your mother-in-law and you told her to come get the kids. The mother-in-law sick of the kids too. Damn.
Yeah.
Now I feel really bad for these kids because they get shoveled off from house to house and they knowing everybody mad when they see them. But the kids ain't doing nothing. They just a result of having a trifling mama. Man, I feel bad for these kids, man.
Where's the dad?
What dad?
Mm-hmm. She never mentioned that.
No, well, see, she got a boyfriend that, the husband had to change the locks at her house, Shirley.
Yeah.
Because her boyfriend and her was breaking up. You got to change locks because he coming in. There's been many times when she has asked me to keep the kids for a few hours and then will return at 3 a.m. to pick them up. Who wakes the babies up in the middle of the damn night?
Right.
She trifling on a whole lot of levels. I think I got something that for you. I got something.
All right, well, hold on. Hold on for part two, Steve. We'll have part two of your response coming up at 23 after the hour. Today's subject, she needs to get her kids. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, let's go. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject. She needs to get her kids.
Lady 50 years old, got 3 kids. They grown, they moved out the house. Her and her husband got the house all to themselves. She loves her alone time with her man. She only got one problem. Her man's sister, unstable mother, drops the kids off without any warning. Just drops them off. She tired of this. One day she was walking in the living room and saw her pull up and just let the kids out and then drove off. I be damned. Now you got to be kind to the kids because it ain't the kids' fault. But now you got to take care of them. You got to feed them. You was going to sit down and just watch the TV with your feet up. Now you feeding kids. Then you can't count the time she come by and tell you watch the kids for a few hours and then return at 3 a.m. in the morning and pick them up. Now here the trifling part. This is how trifling this heifer is. She comes and just sits in the driveway and blows her horn or shines her lights on bright through my front windows.
That's trifling.
Boy.
That's trifling.
Crazy.
Boy, if that ain't ignorant, you tell me. But if you want to really keep it funky, here we go. I got something for you at the end, though. She also has my husband doing crazy stuff like changing her locks at night because she broke up with her boyfriend, didn't want him to be able to get into her house. Steve and Shirley, she's 38 years old. The family keeps enabling her. I ain't going to keep up with this. I told my husband that enough is enough. I'm at war with my husband over her because it's his only sister. I understand that. I hope and pray I'm not being unreasonable. You're not. By telling him to choose between me and his sister. Okay, that went a little far, but I understand because you're mad. I got so angry over his sister and her kids that I told my husband to go move in with her. Well, since he liked taking care of the kids so much, I think it's a good idea. Since he likes taking care of the kids that much, then it's a good idea that he just moves on in with them. That's what I think. But I told my husband, and I'm not a daycare and I want to set boundaries for this woman. How should I handle this? Well, I done read this letter and been as nice. Here's the only solution I got. You tell her, this is what has to happen. Every time she dropped them kids off on your ass, you ought to go by her house and get on her ass.
What does that mean, Steve? Break it down.
If she dropped the kids off on your ass, you ought to go over there and be on her. You got to whoop her ass one time.
My bottom line?
Yeah, I think she really just got to whoop her ass one time. I think we down to that. She trifling. Some people need a good slapping.
Oh, for sure.
And sit her down and tell her, you know what? You are really abusive to your children, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And these kids deserve better. You put them in uncompromising positions, passing them off like they potato chips. These kids know that they being drugged around and passed off. They know they mama unstable. And ain't nobody told you, but you a trifling ass mama. And you need to get your sugar honey iced tea together before I slap the sugar honey iced tea out your.
Good pause. Good pause.
I think that's what has to happen because if the family's he's an enabler because it's his only sister. So he's trying to help out. It's his baby sister. I know that parameter. It's got to be pulling on it.
Yeah.
The mother is already sick of him, so y'all got to do something, man. Y'all can't keep doing it like this.
Right. She needs to be checked.
Whooping her ass is all I see. That's all I see.
That's all you see in this letter.
That's all. That's all I see.
I mean, really, I just don't, man. This ain't about no therapy or nothing. She needs somebody to get her undivided damn attention.
Yeah.
And nothing gets your attention like an ass whooping.
Got mine.
Yes, immediately.
Nothing.
Everyone I have gotten had my
from my mama, from some dudes, every last one of them.
Yes.
That's what I think you should do. And just remind her, every time you drop them off on my ass, I'm going to be back over here on your ass.
Yeah.
So what we doing right here is we exchanging asses.
What? But what about the husband, though, Steve?
We exchanging asses. But hold up, though. She brings the kids unannounced.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband, he like, wow, he caught off guard too late, too. Hey, you got to call before you bring these kids over and ask, make sure we ain't got nothing to do. I'm sorry, I just be thinking. And then she do it again. You done already said she just pull up and let them out and drive off. This chick knows she trifling and she doing it on purpose. I don't know it's a lot this dude could do. She dropped him off while he was at work.
Yeah.
On you. You shouldn't have been in the window. She saw you. Shut your doors, pull your blinds down, act like you at home.
All right, well, listen, post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook.
Here she comes.
And don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 after the hour, spoiler alert on Power. What happened to Keisha? Where is Keisha? Oh, man. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Carla. All right.
Yes.
It is all on social media.
Yeah,
I'm so upset.
Go ahead.
What happened on Power? What happened?
Ghost
So
Neil.
while we were... Yes, Steve.
Ghost Neil.
Ghost Neil.
Ghost Neil. So while we were in Cancun, things were happening. All right, Kat, you can cut it. All right, so Lakeisha Grant, played by Lala Anthony, is dead. She's gone, y'all.
No.
Yes, Junior, come on. Yes. And her best friend, Tasha St. Patrick, killed her.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yes.
No.
I didn't need to hear that. I didn't need to hear that. I ain't seen
I
it.
thought Ghost was going to kill her.
Oh.
Well, that's what Tommy thinks. Tommy thinks that Ghost killed
I
Keisha.
see why.
Because Tommy killed Angela. So he thinks that. Tommy thinks that. But it was so hard to watch Tommy fall to his knees to see his girl Keisha gone. He was about to propose.
He's about to propose.
And everything. Yeah. And her BFF, Tasha St. Patrick, killed her. It was so hard to watch Tommy fall to his knees. Keisha is gone.
No.
His girl is gone. Yes, Junior, no, she's gone. Tommy was just about to propose to her. It was just...
Well, Carla, they have lived longer than most dope dealers, though. They've lived a long time. You know what I'm saying? They've lived a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they saw a lot of money. They did see a lot of money.
Right. Okay.
I mean, you know, it usually end like that, too. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, they were moving stuff around. But just like you said, Junior, you were wondering, did Ghost kill Keisha? And that's what Tommy thinks. Tommy thinks that. But anyway, Lala, this is how everybody's finding out. Spoiler alert, I'm sorry if you haven't seen the show, but Lala took to Instagram. She told everybody this was hard to watch. I want to thank 50 Cent, Courtney Kemp, you know, she is one of the EPs on the show, for giving me a chance to bring Lakeisha Grant to life. I'm forever grateful. to the two of them for believing in me. And she also shouted out her girl, Natori, who plays Tasha. You're an amazing talent, amazing friend. She shouted out to Joseph Sikora, who plays Tommy. Thank you for every day of the work we did. So people were shocked when Lala put it out there like that on social media, because some people were posting, spoiler alert, Lala, we have not seen the show. So that final scene, it was a lot. But
I tell you what, if you kill me, you're going to be left out the thank yous. I'm not putting you in my thank yous.
On social media.
Yeah, you should have shot me in front of everybody. You're not getting the thank you.
Oh, Lord. All right, thank you, Carla. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about a topic for the fellas, okay? Get ready for it, okay? That's coming up at the top right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Tuesday's topic is for the fellas. In Florida, Air Force Tech Sergeant Kenneth Cook recently broke the world record for an unassisted or raw bench press. All right? He lifted a staggering 551 pounds. The previous world record was 534 pounds. Do you know how much you can bench right now, fellas? Steve, you lift a lot of weights. I know, Tommy, you're a runner, and Junior,
comfortably about 86 pounds.
Oh, you have a few more pounds to catch up.
Yeah. I'm talking about ripping them off with no problem. What you need, 30 reps? Gotcha.
He's stronger than that.
I'm just saying comfortably.
Yeah, well, you ain't putting no more stress on your body. Me?
You, Junior? You go to the gym.
The bar. Day. I'm good with the bar. Just put that up there. But the bar that you put the weights on. Just
you did have your guns out.
That's about 45 pounds right there, but probably about 185. I think about 185.
That's how much you can bench press?
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Well, that explains the guns this weekend.
Would you tell them that's not a lot?
No, that's good though, Junior. 185.
Well, it's more than 80 that Steve can bench press.
Yeah.
What about you, Nephew?
Wait a minute. Don't let Unc fool you. Hold on. You seen Uncle Steve arms?
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's strong up about it.
Oh, man.
He's strong. I didn't see him.
I know Unc can do about 265 right now at 62.
I can pick up some weight, man. I can pick up some weight.
Go do that country workout with
I can't, sure. My arm, I'm messed up. I can't do nothing.
He got rotating cuffs.
Yeah. So if I wasn't hurt, Shirley, about 225. 225 I could do.
No
That's
one's
245 plates
that?
on you.
Okay.
Well, I'm about to, Shirley. You just didn't give me enough time. I said, you also said you could beat me running, too.
Yeah, that statement was made.
Challenge.
All of these promises, Junior.
Yeah. You said you're going to beat Dion, too. You said you could jump Uncle Steve.
The last time I bench pressed, man, I probably...
What's the most you ever done?
About 2.
Like, I'm sure in your 30s you was rock strong.
I didn't lift that much weight. I think my max, about 245. The fight strength is pulling, not pushing.
What you mean?
Now, my back strength, what I could pull, dog, I go to wall with that. I can do the whole stack.
I've seen you with them
gym.
dumbbells before, though.
Yeah.
I've seen you with a bunch of dumbbells. God, dog.
I curl 60s. After I warm up, I can curl 60s. I could probably do more, but that's all I do sometimes, But that's not regular. I could just do it. You don't have to curl that much weight. That don't really accomplish nothing. Not for what I'm trying to do.
All I know is Junior in Cancun had on a sleeveless shirt. And when
Had his guns out?
When I mentioned
what,
his arm.
Boy, sun's out, guns out.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Sun's out, guns out. That's exactly what he said.
My pull strength is much greater than my push strength. Much greater.
Oh.
Like if I sit down and do a back row.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I can snatch some weight now, dog.
How much?
Snatching.
A bunch. I can do a bunch.
Like as much as this guy, 551? That's a bunch.
No.
Ain't nobody doing that.
Hell no.
He did it.
If I get under 500 or something, you better get everybody from behind me need to move.
Yeah, but what's the...
Dog, I'm going to need so many spotters.
Yeah, he just showing out. Cause what's the 1 pound for? You at $5.50. Just do $5.50. The hell was the one?
It was gonna come out.
That little weight on the end.
You knew it.
Two little halves on each side. What was that for?
Well, he was trying to beat the record. The record was 5:34.
550
Yeah.
is greater than 534. 551. Oh.
Oh, so
550
you hate.
is
So you
it's
hate.
a lot of weight, man. I don't know how you do that.
Man, dudes is strong.
All right.
Man.
All right, we're going to move on. Coming up, more music, more fun on the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
A fake violent video featuring a fake Donald Trump shooting, stabbing, and beating members of the news media and his political rivals was screened during a conference for his supporters at his resort in Miami last week. Wow. This is according to the New York Times. The event was held by the pro-Trump group American Priority and featured his son, Don Jr., former White House spokeswoman, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The video, which collects a series of internet memes, also includes the logo for Trump's 2020 re-election campaign. Wow. It features Trump's head on the body of a man who starts shooting and assaulting people in the Church of Fake News. His targets have the faces of his critics, including late Senator John McCain, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, former President Barack Obama, Senator Bernie Sanders, and the logos of various media organizations on their bodies, including, of course, PBS, NPR, NBC, and The Washington Post. Wow.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, that really
and
is.
it's sad that his supporters do that and condone that because, man, this dude is just doing what he wants to do. But the support for this foolishness, for this ignorance is like alarming, man. I have very little faith in this country at this point because of this Donald Trump movement. If you're still a Trump supporter after these past 3 years, man, wow.
You're
what
crazy.
does that say?
You're crazy.
Yeah.
What does that say?
All right, we're going to move on, guys. More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending news coming up at 33 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The Democratic presidential primary debate is tonight at Otterbein University in Westerville. That is a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. Senator Bernie Sanders will take the stage just 2 weeks to the day after he suffered a heart attack while campaigning in Nevada. Tonight's debate will be moderated by CNN anchors Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett and New York Times national editor Mark Lacey. Tonight on stage, former Vice President Joe Biden, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, Mayor Pete Buttigieg of South Bend, Indiana, former Housing Secretary Julian Castro, California Senator Kamala Harris, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, entrepreneur Andrew Yang, and billionaire activist Tom Steyer.
Let's get all these damn people off here.
I just didn't say everybody, Sean.
Man, I'm sick of this, man. We
It's
playing
bigger
this
than a
game.
basketball team.
Who can beat Trump? And let's get on with it. Better Rock, he out. The other dude out. Amy, she gone.
It's anything. Come on.
Corey, 4% in the polls.
Yes.
I'm just being realistic. Let's take race out of this for a second. Cory Booker is polling at 4%. Kamala Harris is polling at 4%. The rest of them is at 2%. 2%.
Man. Yes.
So who you
Now,
think they
it's
should drop?
Biden and it's Elizabeth Warren that's got 22%. Everybody else got twos and fours. Now let's quit playing this game now. This is serious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're absolutely right, Steve. It is serious.
Everybody. Yes. And the Green Bay Packers
run through that
starting
list
off
again.
And Tommy, and listen to me, man. And the Republicans are playing on that.
Yeah,
and they're trying to damage Biden because they know Biden is the one that can hurt them.
Exactly. And even Donald Trump knows that.
He knows that.
All right, so
Because
Biden.
he know that Joe Biden will talk back crazy to him at the debates.
Although he hasn't been really
the
talking
clapback
crazy.
will be real.
Yeah, he can lace him. He can really lace him.
Yes.
He hasn't really been doing that, though, but Yeah, Joe Biden, of course.
Shirley.
Yeah, he started just most recently. Yeah, I want him to do more, though. Senator Cory Booker, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, the Housing Secretary Julian Castro, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Yang, and Tom Steyer. That's
all of
it.
Denver.
The debate is 8 o'clock Eastern on CNN. All right, coming up, our last break of the day, and of course, some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey. That's coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, here we are, last break of the day, and of course, it is time for you to leave us with some closing remarks.
I want to give you some encouragement on your road to success. I've often said 1,000,000 times that the road to success is always under construction, that you can expect the pitfalls, the setbacks, the detours, the working men at work, so forth and so on. But what I want to remind you of is that you can win if you can fight through the clutter. And one of the best ways that I can give you to fight through the clutter, you have to have a relationship with God. I mean, it's just really the best way to fight through the clutter, because you really don't know how exactly to become successful. You really don't know exactly how. I mean, and the reason I know you don't know exactly how is because you've probably aimed for something that in order to achieve it, you really do need God's help. So it's nothing wrong when you don't know exactly how you're going to make it. Because what that means is you've aspired to something so great that in order for it to happen, you absolutely have to have God's help. That's where you want to be. You want to be on a mission that keeps you awake at night. You want to be on a mission, man, that makes you wake up early. You want to be on a mission that requires you to pray constantly. You want to be on a mission, man, where you seek the advice and help of other people that's in a higher position. You want to be on a mission where not achieving it becomes absolutely unacceptable. But to get there, you got to fight through the clutter. And the biggest form of clutter in your mind is the actual figuring it out. Can you remember back on how many times you've tried to figure something out, your life, your next move, who to call, who to talk to, whether to try to sell them, how to sell them, what to buy, how to buy? If you go back over all your life of you figuring out my next move, should I go to school? Should I not go to school? Should I get a degree in this? Should I not get a degree in this? Should I apply for that job or this job? Should I go over here because they pay a little bit more, but this one has better stability? I don't know. But you've constantly been trying to work that out. That's exhausting, and it keeps your mind cluttered. I was reading in my daily meditation how when you clutter your mind up with the how-to, you remove God's presence in your life, because he's always hovering and standing close by to come in and comfort you and be beside you and help you make these decisions. But if you never invite him in, if you never invite him to make the decisions, if you never allow his presence to come and calm you down, man, sometimes you just need calming. You know what? You could deal with a lot of this stuff that you're going through a lot better if you had just a calming effect. The calming effect. That's the peace you get when you form a relationship with God. God calms you down because you know he got your back. You know he's in control. He know he got your best interests at heart. You know that he's behind the scenes working on your behalf. When you have that type of relationship, it cools you out. You can chill. You can't do anything about tomorrow. So worrying about it doesn't affect it. Now, I'm not saying and sitting here that you're not supposed to plan, that you're not supposed to have dreams and aspirations, because you do. But in all my dreams of aspirations, all the things I want, I've had to learn to be flexible. Because what I want and what God has for me is oftentimes two different things. But can I share something with you? The thing that God has for you is way better than anything you could possibly plan. You can't figure it the way he does. His thoughts is way up there, man. His ways is way up there. You can't outfigure God. God can take a very, very dismal situation, folks, and turn it into pure gold for you. When they are aligning themselves against you, if God is with you, who can be against you? So let them line up. If you know you got a relationship with God and you know you're not over there by yourself, why would you be afraid of someone lining up against you? Let them line up. You're talking to somebody who knows this all too well. They have lined up against me in numbers. But guess what? They can't do nothing to me God don't allow. And even if you do it, it doesn't mean it has the effect or the desired effect on me that you want it to. And so that's the same thing with you. Because of this relationship with God, you don't have to bend and react to every time somebody don't like a picture or make a bad comment or put a falsehood out there about you. You don't have to react to all of that because you have peace in a relationship with God. You got to form this relationship, y'all. You have to. It's imperative to who you are. And the thing about forming a relationship, you don't have to clear it with nobody, but you ain't got to even tell nobody you doing it. You can show them a different you. You don't have to make an admission. I'm talking to God every day trying to become a better person. You ain't got to tell nobody that. Just do it. Just do it. That's all you've got to do. All right? Those are my closing remarks.
All right, drop it.
It's dropped.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Needed that.
Oh,
good, man.
Can I tell y'all something really good?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man?
Have yourself a great weekend. I'll be doggone. It's time to say that already.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Have yourself a great weekend.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.